Pop-Tarts for breakfast in your cape. I see that. Well, good morning, people. It is a fresh new day. Today's Friday. We are getting ready for some changes that took place. The governor enacted a stay-at-home order. Yesterday I mentioned that it took place at noon. That's wrong. It starts at midnight tonight. So for church this Sunday, we are going to drive down to the Brookhart's house, record worship. Julie singing, Zach with his drums, Sharon and Kaylin singing, so that we can have worship music on Sunday that's not just telling people to go to YouTube. And then we're going to hopefully get some practice in with transitioning and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be new. It's definitely something different. I read a great article this morning about asking the right question. The question shouldn't be how can we keep church as normal as possible. It's how can we disciple people? How can we reach people in this new reality? That's an interesting question. So in thinking about that, I've noticed in my experiences with law enforcement and church work that usually there's two reactions to people, or two main reactions that I see from people when things change drastically. There's one group that is just mad and bemoans and does everything they can to keep things the way it was, to try and not do any type of change. I think to some extent they find comfort and assurance in the known, and they know that system works, and so they want to keep whatever system they may have. The other main group embraces the fact that things have changed. They don't necessarily like it, but they embrace it. They notice that things have changed, and they do ask specific questions to help them figure out a new normal. And that's kind of what I see happening here is you ask the question, how can we continue to do the purpose of the church? How can we continue to reach people for Christ? How can we continue to make disciples and lead people in their maturing and becoming more like Christ? How can we still fellowship with one another? How can we still serve one another? How can we minister to our community? It's really hard to serve people when you can't go anywhere. And so what types of things are we doing to do that? We could whine and complain that this is government overreach, which I believe it is. We could whine and complain and say this is, we could say that this is a lot of things. None of that is helpful. What is helpful is figuring out a way to minister to the people God has called me to pastor. Today, after I get done with the treadmill here, we are going to go down and record. We are trying to figure out ways to continue to minister to our people and grow. I think that is more healthy than throwing a temper tantrum about what you don't like about how things have been handled. That's finding the best in people. That is doing what helps people. So our governor has issued a stay-at-home mandate that starts tomorrow at midnight tonight, tomorrow morning. And as churches, we're unsure as to what that means for live streaming. If you can bring a group of people in, like your ministry team, and live stream. So since we're not sure about that, we have some people checking on that. With the state convention, we have the Alliance Defending Freedom checking with the governor and all that kind of stuff, trying to figure it out, what we're going to do. But we're going to go ahead and take some proactive steps. And so we are now heading down to the Brookhart's house. Julie plays the piano for us, and Kaylin sings, and Zach plays the drums. That's basically a large part of our worship team. And so we're going to go down there. We're going to record some worship songs that we can edit and play before the sermon on Sunday. And that will keep us from violating the order, because it's not in place today, so we can go travel a little bit.
Hear it? So it'll hear it?
That's what I said.
After we're done recording, would you like to be a paper? Yes, I would love to be a paper.